Jack the Ripper was the name given to an unidentified serial killer active in 1888 in the Whitechapel district of London's East End. The name was given to the killer by a letter given to the police and media outlets that was supposedly written by the killer, although some people believe it was a media hoax. He is also known as the Whitechapel Murderer and Leather Apron. Jack the Ripper is the suspected culprit of 5 murders in London, and these 5 murders are known as the Canonical Five. All 5 murders took place within a mile of each other, and all 5 women were known prostitutes. Because of the precision of the wounds and removal of organs, people believe that anatomical or surgical knowledge was at play. Jack the Ripper is thought to have killed up to 12 women. The London Metropolitan Police, or more commonly known as Scotland Yard, conducted 11 different murder investigations from April of 1888 to February of 1891. All 11 investigations led to dead ends, and by the fall of 1888, the murderers suddenly stopped.
The victims. The Ripper's most famous victims included the Canonical Five: Mary Ann Nicholas, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly. Nichols was the first victim, discovered around 3:40 a.m. on Bucks Row, August 31st. Her throat was severed by 2 cuts. Her lower abdomen was partly ripped open, and there were several other incisions on her abdomen. Chapman's body was discovered around 6 a.m. the morning of September 8th on Hanbury Street. Her throat was severed in 2 cuts, abdomen slashed open, and uterus removed.
Good.
Stride's body was found around 1 a.m. on September 30th on Dutfield Yard. She had 1 clear-cut incision that severed a main artery. Eddowes' body was found the same morning, 3.5 hours after Stride's, in Metro Square. Her throat was severed, abdomen ripped open, left kidney removed, and major part of the uterus removed. The last victim, Kelly, was found around 10:45 a.m. November 9th in a bed. Her throat was severed down to the spine, abdomen slashed open and empty, and her heart was missing.
Who done it? These are our 4 famous suspects. Carl Feigenbaum. According to one hypothesis proposed by a retired English detective, Jack the Ripper was a German sailor named Carl Feigenbaum who was executed for murdering a New York woman in 1894. The detective Trevor Marriott, a former member of the Bedfordshire Homicide Squad, points to the fact that 2 merchant docks were in operation near Whitechapel and that the men who passed through them were known to frequent local brothels. He also noticed striking similarities between Jack the Ripper's crimes and the slaying of Feigenbaum's alleged victim, Juliana Hoffman, which took place 6 years later. Prince Albert Victor. One of the most intriguing and sensational contenders for Jack the Ripper's grim legacy is Prince Albert Victor, the son of King Edward VII and grandson of Queen Victoria. Known to his family as Eddie, the prince was second in line to the throne when he died of influenza at 28. In 1970, the British physician Thomas Stowell published an article implying that Eddie had committed the murders during fits of insanity caused by an advanced case of syphilis. This rather dubious claim took the international press by storm, and some contemporary conspiracy theorists continue to explore whether the man could have done it. Walter Sickert. Born in Germany in 1860 and raised in England, Sickert became a highly regarded Impressionist painter who helped transform the British art scene. In the early 1900s, he created a stir with his suggestive depictions of naked prostitutes beside their clothed clients, including one painting in which the man has his hands around the woman's neck. He became fascinated with the Jack the Ripper case, particularly while renting a room that his landlady believed the killer had once inhabited. The experience inspired him to paint the haunting Jack the Ripper's bedroom around 1907. Jill the Ripper. Over the years, a number of people, including Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, have toyed with the notion that Jack the Ripper was not a bloodthirsty bloke, but a femme fatale, literally. The only female suspect considered by the detectives investigating the case was Mary Percy, an English woman who in 1890 was executed for murdering her lover's wife and child with a carving knife. In 2006, a study by the Australian scientist Ian Finlay yielded surprising results that gave credence to the Jill the Ripper theory.
Listen.
Okay.
Molly! Don't touch me.
Wait, what does it sound like?
I'm not your
What
friend.
is it? I know what you're saying. I was there.
You're so close to my face.
I'm still alive. I'll never die.
Yeah, I said that.
Drop that.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Did I get delivered here? Somebody tell me, please.